Hi guys, for the delay there, we're having some audio visual issue. We live? Can you? Okay, I'm just gonna get started. So bear with me now. Okay, yeah. So we're unfortunately we're not able to. Most of the team or some of the team are traveling, and myself included, which is why you'll probably hear some annoying background noise. Because I'm on the road at the moment, and this was the quietest place I could find. We're of course all traveling home from Lisbon to our respective countries. Herman is not able to join for this reason. Marvin will also not be able to join because there was some very strange transport strike in Belgium, and he's had to stay in Paris overnight, and he's currently on a plane, so he can't join us either. Excuse me. So John will be given his Cherish update. I'm going to just proceed with some of the business update. I think Herman will be able to give us more of an in-depth look at what's going on in the core development effort in the next couple of days, like he did last week, even though he couldn't join last week either. As I said, yeah, we're just quite busy with all the travel and stuff going on. So from my perspective, I'm just going to fill you in on some of the things that have been happening and are going to happen on the business side of the wider project. So if you bear with me 1 second, I'm just going to pull up my slides so I can remember what I'm supposed to say. And then I'll proceed. But yeah, what we're going to do is after this, I'm going to talk to Diego about some of the things that are happening in Seedling. And then, okay, so hang on 1 sec. Just going to write out something here. Hang on. Okay, sorry about that. So I'm going to go ahead now and just give you an update of what's happening on the business side. So of course, the most important thing that's been going on in the past few days is our little trip to Lisbon. Lisbon's a lovely city, and it's quite a nice place to take a holiday. But yeah, we were quite busy with really leveraging the opportunity that Web Summit provides. It's a very big conference. There's about 50,000 attendees, more than 50,000. It's in a really large convention center, stadium thing on the northeast side of Lisbon. And we basically spent the whole week and the couple of days thereafter networking, exposing the attendees to the things that Cherry and the different ecosystem projects are undertaking. It was very productive in that regard. It was also a good opportunity for us to just do generic marketing to people who would be looking at home or people that would be there, bystanders, so to speak, throughout the wider event. We attended a lot of the crypto meetups, and as you guys know, crypto as an industry, it's quite open and people are quite engaged and they like to do networking. So that was a great opportunity. I myself, from the perspective of representing Cherry Labs, had a really valuable and productive opportunity to talk to all forms of potential partners, whether they be small one-person projects, in some cases projects that aren't even necessarily off the ground yet, just an idea in an entrepreneur's head. But also on top of that, we had some medium-sized and quite big or large-scale projects that many of you have heard of, and we've had an opportunity to discuss with them how they might interact with us and collaborate us in the future, whether it's us as an undertaking, as a project, or whether it's the kind of tech stack and features and tools that we can provide them. So that was really encouraging, I have to say, because we'd speak to people for a few minutes, and then we tell them what Cherry's about, and then in so many cases we got such a positive level of interest, and it really intrigued some DApp developers and some other managers and business developers in some of the big chains, what kind of ways they could benefit from integrating or interacting with Cherry on a technical level, on a business level. So that was really encouraging, and it was quite hard work. You have to you're basically working for 16 or 18 hours a day. It's really full on, but it was very enjoyable, and it was very productive, as I said, as well. So that's how things went in Web Summit. It's been a couple of we've started rolling out the content from this. Later on this week, we'll have the after part, or the recap video that we'll be doing, that we're putting together at the moment. It's just something cool for you guys to look at. We already released our video recap of the ceiling pitch party, which happened last Thursday, which was really cool. We had an interview with two legal experts, which we will release with subtitle format and with the sound enhanced. We'll do that probably later. If one of them get back to me, I have to ask for one of their details to include in the video description. But I'm hoping to get that to you guys as soon as possible. And we also hosted our usual AMA. We did our usual kind of recaps of stuff, our video recap. And yeah, overall it was an excellent few days. And we're now in a position from the Cherry Labs perspective to start kind of rolling out and structuring in more detail how we operate as a business project, how we operate as a venture studio. And there are another couple of things that I can't really announce because they're still waiting to be finalized and confirmed, but some really productive avenues were opened up from and as a result of our attendance at Web Summit. So that was just good to be able to share with you guys. Aside from that, over the next few days, you'll start to see the beginnings of an increased, hopefully with Herman explaining in more detail the kind of timeframes and the kind of ramifications of some of the things that are being approached as the next big milestone moments, such as our IPFS integration, the full EVM release. There's a lot of cool things that are already happening on testnet that will be kind of transposed over to the mainnet when they've been fully tested. So that's really encouraging as well. As Herman mentioned the week before last, we're going to do a big update and revamp of all of our online presence. The website is going to get a refresh and an upgrade. We're going to start regularizing and standardizing our communications, whether that be on Twitter or to our investors. I mentioned that a couple of weeks ago, and that's about to be finalized. So you'll see some more structured and precise and predictable communication from us in future, which will be quite useful for all involved. And then the university, which one of our lead writer has been working on in the past 2 weeks, will be seeing a big update in the next week, I'd say. And we're going to change some of the things, the non-content things about the university, like switching up some things with the quizzes and making things more gamified as well. And we're also going to put a bit of effort into publicizing it a bit more, so that we can really get some of the marketing value of the time we spent on that so far. In tandem with that, we have a marketing drive that we've been speaking about for a couple of months, which will start to kick off. It's both something that's being done internally within the project itself, within the team, and also some partners that we've drafted in to help us with that, to really give it the edge in the market, in the media market. We have some pretty impressive partners that really know their stuff. So you'll start to see that get a shot in the arm as well over the next 2 weeks as well. Hopefully by this time next week, when I'm recapping some of the things that have happened or will be happening in the next few days, hopefully we'll have seen some good results from that already. So that's mostly of what I wanted to go over with you guys regarding the Business update. As I said, Herman hopefully can join in at some point and over the next couple of days and just offer a bit of a touch base with you guys with regards to what's happening on the development front and in the core update front. But that's mostly it from me. What we're going to do next is we're going to talk to Diego because there's been a lot of exciting things happening at Seedling, and he can have a look at what they plan to do soon. And Diego, if you want to jump in there and give your 2 cents as to what's been happening in the Seedling Launchpad, that would be cool.
Hello, guys. Yeah, thank you, Owen. It's nice to chat to you guys again. Another Wednesday after last week, which was without doubt a very productive and intense week for Seedling. As you have probably seen and should know by now, Seedling was also present at the Web Summit, one of the biggest and most important technological events in the world, with companies such as Polkadot, Binance, Samsung, Google, and Seedling, and Cherry, of course. Seedling is currently preparing a recap overview of what went on from our side during the Web Summit and the side events, which I must say were definitely better than expected. Companies such as One Inch, IOSG Ventures, Solana, etc., were also hosting some networking events where Seedling was also present. After this whole week of events and meeting different technological minds, we can say that in the space of just 1 week, Seedling has definitely leveraged their network amazingly and learned a lot. Having in mind, we were at talks about startup funding with Crunchbase and Forbes, if I'm not wrong, and other talks about investing in Web3 with people from Delphi Labs, and even VC trends talks from the same VCs, which definitely will benefit Seedling's view. So very interesting and definitely productive week. Furthermore, we even decided to launch our own pitch competition, as Owen said, with entrepreneurs and some starting projects in their, let's say, ideation phase. We actually found this way more interesting than we thought, and people had a lot of fun pitching. Not only that, but we also pitched back to them why was the initiative going on and the nature of our platform, Seedling, fundraising, disruptive and high quality ideas and projects. Honestly, we received some great feedback, and even some of them decided to commit to learn more about Seedling and hopefully become seedlers soon. So definitely left our little essence or our little something there back in Lisbon. Um, Also, a new partnership was closed during the event, which was great. We established very good relationship with the CoinStore team, and definitely an interesting collaboration from a more strategical point of view. I'd say it is important to know that exchanges like CoinStore are not only there to list projects, but also have a huge influence in marketing, deal flow, and information share. Since they are in contact with thousands of projects, having the chance to access their network from our side is definitely good for Seedling. And lastly, there will be a change from Seedling's marketing perspective. I have been mentioning this change for, I'd say, the last month now, and I can say that it's looking very good. We will need some time to launch and put this strategy on place, and from there on continue with the marketing push. I'm happy to see what that what we are preparing with these marketing efforts, and how with what I believe to be some very good recent projects on the back, and some good documentation, and of course a small but very engaged community like you guys, we are already set to push Seedling into expansion. So yeah, guys, that's everything from my side. I don't know if Owen or John
Yeah,
can proceed. Yep.
yeah, sure. I think that's very encouraging and good to see all the hard work done by yourself and the other members of the team over the past few days. It really was intense, but it was really worth it. As you said, we got a lot out of it. So, yeah, John's going to jump in now and give us a brief update as to what's going on with the Cherish at the moment. Could you go ahead there, John, please?
Sure, no problem. Yeah, as Owen said, Marv is on a plane right now, so I'm going to give the update for Cherish. So, what's happening with us? Onboarding continues at pace with new signups every day. As you guys know, this is a very important part of developing our user base and also helping to spread the word about Cherish directly to our target audience. Cherish update number 3 was released a few days ago, providing insight into the Web3 foundations of Cherish and how things work a bit more technically. It's an interesting read, so definitely have a look if you haven't already. With platform development, the dev team have been working really hard. The back end of the platform is now pretty much done, meaning the focus is now shifting to front end and design. There's a huge amount of progress being achieved over the last while, and I think that it's now fair to say that the end is in sight, meaning the launch of the Cherish platform. We have a few pieces of video content being prepared right now. I won't go into too much detail about them, but I have seen them and they look really great, so we're excited to be able to share them with you guys very soon. And lastly, Web Summit was a great success. I was talking to Marv about it and he was able to network and get in touch with a lot of possible future partners, so that was very beneficial for Cherish. I think that's about it from me and Cherish this week. Thanks very much for having me on, guys.
That's very good. Thank you very much, John. What we're going to do is now, I think I'm going to just have a quick look to see if there's been any questions of note in the chat itself. And then if not, we'll just proceed with the quiz for this week and wrap it up then. But I think that what we'll do is, I don't think that the winners from last week have been contacted. So I'll get in touch with those people today. Okay, I don't think there's too many questions from the community today. Again, as always, if you do have any, just jump in to the chat and let me know there. You can tag us or you can send us a direct mail as well. There's no problem at all. So what we'll do is now, John, I think John has prepared the questions for this week's quiz. I'll hand you over to him. I'll thank you all very much for the help that you've given and the support that you gave from home while we were at the Web Summit. It was really useful and was a real good way to lift the team when we were kind of tired or kind of stressed at times. It's always good to see the kind of support that we have from the people in our community who really believe in the project and the results that the project will achieve at some point. So yeah, thank you very much for that. Thanks for all your support as always. I'll leave you with John now and probably talk to you in the chat either tonight or next week. But until then, goodbye guys and have a nice day.